soul. the very passage that we read this morning answers all. Let me repeat. Seek good. Are you seeking good? Many a time, some people calling, Pastor, where is your church? We would like to come. Shall we come? I said, the church is for all. Whomsoever one can come. Whomsoever doesn't want, we don't force you. There are some Naga girl, Naga boy coming and saying, Pastor, come to our church. I said, I have my own church. I'm busy in that. How can I come to your church? So that is a kind of a reflection of our Naga Christian. Do we have to force someone to come to church? And do we have to instigate someone to come to church? The Bible clearly tells us, seek good, not evil. Didn't we read that this morning? What did we read? Seek good, not evil. If you seek good, you will be in a good church. You will be in a good community. You will grow from strength to strength. Rather, St. Paul says, you will grow from one radiant glory of faith to another radiant glory of faith. That is what Christians should grow. But are we growing? Are we nourishing ourselves in the truth? Last October I was in Nagaland, let me say rather in Dimabo, assembled all the churches, pastors and youth directors, and we were discussing some very pertinent questions today concerning the persecution that are prevalent here and there. And I went with the national team of Christian freedom. And how far can we exercise our freedom? And during the time, I just told them, stick to the truth and stick to the right. A very severe, rather, an executive secretary of an assembly, of a congregation. When I say executive secretary, he's beyond the pastor, right? You may guess so. So after my talk, he stood up and then asked me, Reverend Doctor has said very rightly, but I'd like to ask the question, if you can answer me. I said, yes, I'm ready. And he asked me, you have spoken more than 10 minutes, but let me ask one question. And he said, what is truth? I just laughed. And then when I laughed, the whole congregation joined me and said, ah. He just asked them, what is truth? Then in my reminiscence of a brief learning from the biblical study, I just took him back and said, Jesus, when he was tried in the front of Pilate's court, they also asked, when Jesus said, the truth shall make you free, they asked, what is truth? Then I asked, what do you think is the truth? In a Christian gathering, in a congregation of believers, the truth is Jesus Christ. It prevails beyond your doubts. It enables a very good answer to your doubts. And therefore, today, in the midst of all this pandemic, I urge all of you, stick to the truth. Come to the truth. And come with full forsake all the fallacy. Forsake all the rumors that are prevalent. Stick to the truth. And we are waiting for the Lord's day. In your fallacy, if you wait for the Lord's day, just as we read, it will be the darkness. It will be the darkness. If you feel that you are doing good, it will be as though a man fled from lion and met with a bear. That's funny, isn't it? You were running from the lion, but you met a bear. Then again, it will be like a man entered his house for resting, but he slept and the snake came and bit him. So it is like you go to one and then you thought that you will find answer, but those were more panicky, just like today. We were waiting anxiously to get vaccine. Vaccine has come. But again, vaccine is contagious for some people. Just as I have said in the introduction, I will need to elaborate further. Anything to those who are doing wrong, nothing is good for them. But anything to those who are in the Lord, everything is good. Even the mourning day, the day when we weep because our loved ones pass away, that is the blessedness. Why? Because Jesus transformed our sadness into joy, because the person whom we love is with the Lord. Hallelujah. Hardest thing, bitterest thing becomes the sweetest when you are in the Lord. The love of God prevails every situation. Many of us have come down here. This is my 36th year of staying in Bangalore. And many of you have come down to earn your living. Are you earning your living? Rather, many have become mixed marriages with black and white and all kinds of group, and then having a big tug of war. Many have come down to earn. They got a good job. But the coronavirus destroyed all of them, and then lockdown has crippled them. My dear beloved, we go seeking for livelihood, we go seeking for good things, but we find only worse. Why? The Bible clearly tells us we don't hate evil and we don't love good. We don't maintain justice, and therefore our righteousness, our seemingly good thing, is kind of a derogatory. We think that we are happy with it, but its end is joy. Just like Proverbs says, a man thinks that is good for them, but at the end of it is a death, and the end of it is a cruelty. My dear beloved, let me wind up saying, whatever you think is good, it will have some havoc. But whatever you think God pleases and do according to His design, though little it may be, it's worth doing it. And therefore, we are too busy for earning and doing things, but we are not too busy with the Lord. In the midst of pandemic, in the midst of chaos, be close to the Lord. Try Moses geared up together and then bound together more closer with this love, who shoulders us, abounding with all needs and all our cravings. Nothing much. And therefore, my dear beloved, let us not waste our time. The Lord God says, seek good, not evil. Hate evil. Let the love overflow in and through you. And that is what we ought to do. And that is what we should be, outshining for the glory of God. Because the day of the Lord is very imminent. Anytime. According to St. Paul, it says, in a twinkling of an eye, anything will take place. Very, very unforeseen, unimaginable, unexpected things are happening today. If you glance through the media and view them, very, very terrifying. But we cannot solve all the problems. All we can do is come closer to the Lord and seek His favor, and you shall live. The justice will flow, and you will be richly rewarded because of His presence. May the Lord speak to us more dearly and enable us to have the mind to withstand all this chaos that we are facing today. God bless.